Yo, you listen to more about something else? My name is Joshua. Once again, I just want to say thank you for listening. But anyways, I have a guest on the show, so please enjoy. We do talk about religion and my struggles, but here's a clip from the show. What would be an everyday prayer for somebody that's trying to get closer to God?
It's very simple. There is no standard prayer for that. Just commune with God. God, I'm having a hard time finding time to seek you, to choose you, to dwell in your word. Holy Father, give me that time. Give me that time to choose you. Give me that strength to choose you. That's basically, it's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be, as long as it's honest and it's coming from the heart. And after you pray that prayer and you face a time where you feel like, okay, I can either watch TV or watch Power or spend that first 30 minutes to read a verse in the Bible or just to pray to God. When you are stuck between those two choices, you remember that prayer you prayed that morning. I do. And I'm okay, is it A or B, Shade? Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to go ahead and choose Power? Because I don't watch Power, by the way. But are you going to choose Power and because it's just convenient? Or are you going to actually work towards what you prayed for and choose B? So I feel like it begins with prayer. And it's as simple as just talking to God. Saying that, God, I need you to help me.
And now that you heard that, let's begin.
First off, I'm going to have to ask you to go and rate this show. Maybe even leave a comment. And you could do that on iTunes or SoundCloud. And for Android users, you can now listen via Google Play. Now, this podcast may contain explicit content, just saying. So open your mind, relax, and listen to this dope-ass podcast.
For thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Hey, food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest.
If people don't understand that, well, they don't understand nothing.
Truth spilling, leaving victims to my honest ways. I come in peaks like an alien from outer space. Internet pirates riding waves on your webpage. Download shit, click the link, press play. I don't mean to pray, but I pray every week for myself, for my fam, cause we all gotta eat. Protein, no more sweets. Till I'm caked up on the beach in Belize. Food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Wait, food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Wait.
Yo, you're listening to More About Something Else. My name is Joshua, and we are here in the good month of October. Thank you for listening. Please, if you like the show, like it, review it, share it. You can do one or you can do all three. But anyways, we're going into voting. So remember, if you did not vote or if you are not going to vote, please, your opinion does not matter. But anyways, like I said, we are here and we have a special guest. We have a good friend, Shade.
Hi everyone.
State your name and your occupation, what you do for a living, why you do it. I'm just playing. You know how to do that. Oh, okay. I wish I had like the noise, the sound effects.
Yeah, you can. You should do it. You should add it.
Yeah, but it's just
a little bit of work, but you should do it and make it more exciting.
It costs a lot of money. But anyways, Shade, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
But anyways, on the show, I like to do things that bother me. Mm-hmm. Literally, it can be anything, okay? And you don't have to do it, but I'm going to go ahead first, okay? So, literally, throughout, I think this was actually yesterday or the day before, right? I don't know if you heard about the bombs that they put at, like, the Obama's house. And you heard about that, right?
Yeah, I saw it on the news.
So, my whole issue now is that, okay, we're trying to figure this out. We have the president, and he's talking about the media is doing all this nonsense, and you would think that the president will say, hey, this is terrorism, you know? Mm-hmm. But he's blaming it on the media. That's not really my beef. My beef is that they're sitting there and trying to figure out who did this and why they're doing it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, but y'all know how to find drug dealers. And it's so easy to find drug dealers, but y'all can't find nobody that does terrorism in the country. That's my whole beef.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's nothing serious. It's just something that I pay attention to. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else thought about that. But anyways, do you have anything that bothered you this week?
Yeah, I have a couple of things actually. Okay. One of them is not being heard at my workplace. I feel like my voice is, no one cares. No one wants to care.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if I speak, I'm not being heard.
Do you put your foot down?
I feel like there is no need for me to, because I don't owe anything to them. God forgive me, but I really don't care much about what they feel or what they think. But I just feel like on my end, it just hurts. Like, I feel like when I say something, I have to say it 3, 4, 5 times. And even if after I say it the 5th time, I'm still not heard.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that really bugs me, that I don't like.
So what are you going to do about that?
I don't know. Find another job. Go job searching. I don't know.
Well, what do you do, Sade?
What do I do? I am a property accountant at so company.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
No. It's okay. I don't feel like I am receiving anything mentally, physically, spiritually from it. I just feel like it just drains me out, and that's it. I pour out, but I don't think I receive.
Why do you say that?
I just don't. I don't receive. I leave work feeling drained, like mentally drained. Like I leave work running away from what I am doing from 9 to 5.
Yeah. And
I try to go home and get fed by something. If it's cooking, if it's the Bible, whatever it is that I enjoy doing. Yeah. Like I run home to that.
So what do you enjoy doing?
Cook. I like to cook.
Okay.
I like feeding people.
So what do you do on the side? You do this on the side?
Yes.
Okay. What is it called?
Sade Eats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm into food. I'm into private fine dining and also small catering, but mostly highlighting on fine dining. Private cook, private chef, whatever you want to call it. But, I'm stuck in between, like, thinking of if I should go to culinary school and do that, or if I should just do the MBA and do that. So I'm just waiting on God to give me direction.
All right. So why did you decide to go the route of accounting? I'm just asking.
No, it's okay. I can tell you. No problem. So when I finished high school, it's a long story, but I'm going to make it short because I know you have this audio recording thing in you. Okay. So when I was in high school, I took an accounting class. Basic accounting class in high school, and I had a hard time in the beginning, but I had a really, really great teacher that really taught me well, and I ended up getting a B, and I felt like I accomplished something so great because I was stuck, and I overcame that trouble that I was having in accounting. So I feel like if I could do this, then I can definitely do it as, in college. So I did my 2 years in HCC and I transferred to U of H, and it was very challenging for sure. But with all the other majors in U of H, I just felt like accounting was the only thing that I knew. There was sales, there was marketing, there was all kinds of stuff, but I only knew accounting. And that's just the reason why I did accounting. Because it was just something that I felt like I could achieve. Yeah. I could get stuck, but at some point pass that class or face that challenge that I faced. So that's the reason why I did accounting.
That's good. Well,
I guess.
I mean,
yeah.
For right now.
For right now.
I mean, at least it pays the bills. Right?
It pays the bills.
You still got student loans?
No, I don't.
Even better.
I am blessed.
Better. Yeah. But I mean, that's good. So what's your transition right now? Like, what are you trying to do as far as, like, you said you don't know? Are you leaning towards something? When are you going to make a decision?
I don't know when I'm going to make a decision. I just feel like...
Okay, so what do you want to do? That's the question now. Like, what are you trying to do?
I don't know, but I really want to go with the flow.
What does the flow mean to you?
It means cooking.
Okay.
Anywhere this food thing takes me, I want to go. But things I really want to dive, like put myself in this big old pot of just cooking and learning so much about culinary and the whole idea of bringing that ambiance that I say I want to give so much with my business and giving it to you that you feel different after I feed you. Yeah.
So essentially a business, right?
A business. It sounds kind of scary because I don't like calling it a business.
See, that's the thing too, because everybody's just like, be your own boss. You don't have to work a 9 to 5. You can do it. Yeah, that's true. But you have to find that balance.
Yeah, and, definitely.
I mean, it's good that you know what you want to do because there's a lot of people that don't know.
Yes, and I was there before. I was there. I was like, God, I don't know what else.
Yeah.
And I believe that God gave me this. He revealed it to me, like literally. I don't know when. I think it was early this year. I was like, okay, I guess I like it.
Yeah. Like I started when I got out of high school. Not even when I got out of high school, I wanted to be a pharmacist. I don't know why. I heard that the money was good, so I just decided to go that route. And when I went to college, it wasn't all that.
Yeah.
But I took an A&P class, and
what's an A&P class?
Anatomy and physiology.
I knew that.
Yeah,
just making sure you knew that.
I'm okay. That's good. Thank you for checking me. But I took the class, and the teacher happened to be like you know how they have the head department teacher? So you know their class is always going to be harder.
Yeah.
So I took the class, and the class was so fucking hard. I got a C in both my classes, and I really don't care about grades, but which you should care about grades, right? But
grades are important.
Yeah.
That's how you get scholarships.
So I really didn't care about it, but the way she taught it made me so fascinated with just like the human body. So I was just like, oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Like I should focus more on this, or I should put more energy into trying to learn about my body, because you know there's the one thing that people don't really know about is themselves. And that's where we lack right now, and like
for sure,
in the whole area, and you know, it's kind of
especially us young people.
Yeah, it's sad because we got social media, and I don't know, because literally you think about it, and you look back in the generation before us, and it's just like, well, why? It's not even that they're successful. It's just like, what did they do to take themselves over the top? You know? It's one thing that we have technology, but it's another thing that we just don't know how to use it. Like,
yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. Social media is definitely a gift and a curse, but I don't know. That's good though. So what are you doing right now as far as like your process
with food?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to stay active. Trying to stay positive, because it's been dry for the past 2 months. I almost had a gig last week, and they just pulled out on me last minute because of the price and all. Yeah. But
how much do you usually charge?
That depends on what kind of courses you want. If you want a 3-course, if you want a 4-course, if you want a 2-course, and what exactly you would like. So if you like salmon, you like duck, you like hen, you know, all kinds of things that I have to customize it to what you want.
Yeah.
So I can't give you like a $30, $40. It's not only the food. It's
It's the experience.
It's exactly. I have to give that experience. That's the one thing, the ambiance of just being comfortable and feeling like you're special, or you know.
All right, so I have an idea.
What's up? What's popping?
I'll talk to you more about it off air, but I want to plan a birthday. Like I've never had a real birthday
dinner.
Yeah, like a celebration.
Definitely.
But like I want to have it. I want to rent out a space and like just have like 20 people.
Definitely.
And 2-course meal.
2-course meal. Wait, are you gonna be full if you have a 2-course meal?
Don't do that.
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
I just make it 3 as an appetizer, main course, and dessert. Or since if you get a cake, you won't need it. You know, 3rd course.
You know what? You're right.
So it's up to you.
But yeah, like I've never actually celebrated my birthday, so I actually would want to have like a fine dining type of thing where people dress up, and then you know just have a DJ at the end, and we can just like mingle together. But
definitely, if you're serious about it, we can make it work. I can help you find a venue and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll give you my budget. No, but that's good.
Definitely.
Are you actually being active as far as like just trying to move forward?
Yes, I went to Barnes and Nobles I think 3 months ago, and I bought this book that has a whole bunch of recipes and how I can elevate my basic what I know into a different level to please others. So I think I'm currently being active in that area. I'm just trying to feed my brain. And
so is anything stopping you?
That's a great question. Yes, there is.
What is that?
Myself.
What do you mean?
Me. Moi. Amy. Yes. You know how they say you are your own worst enemy?
Yeah.
That is the very, very truth. Like the enemy has nothing on you.
Yeah.
The enemy has nothing on your thoughts.
Yeah. The
enemy has nothing on anything that's on you at all. Because honestly, my thoughts are the ones that limits me.
Yeah.
And I always pray this prayer that God, you know, give me the strength to keep on walking in faith and not to stand still in fear.
Yeah.
And I know that happens a lot. And I know I have been currently working forward. Or if I do fall, I try my best to get back up and keep on pushing.
See, that's the thing.
So,
like,
you're fine. You're good. Go ahead.
That's the thing. It's just like, what do you do in a situation is fight or flight.
Yeah.
And literally everybody chooses to fly.
Yeah.
What's the issue? Like,
I think
why?
it's I think it's your state of mind.
True.
I think that's very, very important.
Yeah.
Like constantly asking yourself, how is my state of mind?
Mm-hmm.
That's your weapon, the mind.
And that's the thing too.
And what you feed it.
Because like we said, people feed their mind with social media.
Yeah.
And they feed their mind with TV.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really know what's going on out here. Like,
or with themselves.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's just like people don't know themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to know themselves.
Or they don't know how to know themselves.
That's also true.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't really bash nobody for that. But
yeah.
At what point do you want to start living instead of existing?
Yeah. That's a great... It's when you realize that you really don't have that much time left.
Yeah. And
every day is only by the grace of God.
Literally, I panic all the time. Like, I have people telling me, chill out. You know? Like, I'll say, all right, I'm almost 30. You know, I got to do this. I got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's just like, you're almost 30. Well, that's not too far away from 40.
That is very true.
Yeah, and it's scary, but it's just like, you know, when you get older, it's just like you realize what time is.
Uh-huh.
Like, literally, like, time is just a milestone. Like, once you realize that time, like, you are time,
mm-hmm.
you know? And you take yourself out of the, you know how they have, like, a timeline?
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that your freedom depends on time
mm-hmm.
and how you utilize that time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're working with something.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, okay, now I can appreciate the process. And that's all it is. I mean, that's where you are too. It's a process, right?
Definitely. Yeah. It's always a process. Even when you get to where you want to get to, it's still a process of you moving forward. Yeah.
Do you write stuff down?
I write my dreams sometimes. Yeah. But that's the only thing I write.
What about your goals?
Can I be honest?
Go ahead.
So, you know, at my church, they always tell you to write down the things you want to accomplish and things you want to, you know, pray about, and they tell you leave it at the altar and let God, you know, let us pray for it. And mm-hmm. most of the time, the things that I write on, that I put on my list, they don't get answered.
Yeah.
Maybe not yet.
Yeah.
So that low key has discouraged me to keep writing things down. So I just
pause. What do you, if you don't mind, what do you actually write down as far as like prayer or not even prayer, but like what do you write down that you say it doesn't get answered?
So the last time I wrote something down was to pass the CPA, which is like a accounting thing.
Uh-huh.
Another thing was to be stronger mentally, physically in Christ.
Uh-huh.
Another thing was to find my husband. And then my sister is to find her husband. Uh-huh. And what else? And I guess to always seek God in everything I do. Some things were answered on the list, but the things that I really, really wanted like physically. No, not the husband. It's the CPA part. that too, but it's not important right now because God is trying to tell me something about that. Mm-hmm. But that's for something else. Mm-hmm. But the whole CPA thing, that wasn't answered. Mm-hmm. The whole MBA thing, that wasn't answered yet. It hasn't been answered yet. So,
mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, but you know your path, though.
Yes.
And you know that you don't want to waste time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the point? You know, like, what is the purpose now? Currently in the state of getting an MBA?
Just for security.
What do you need security for?
Job. Income.
For what?
So I can get a better car. I can be able to take care of my kids if I do have kids in the future.
Sade, look, I know you well enough to know that you can make money some.
No, I'm not saying that's the only way, but you asked me what's the purpose of the MBA.
So is it that you are afraid to fail? That's why you have security? Or because, truth be told, at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper that tells you that you're qualified. But do you believe that you're qualified before the paper, or do you believe that you're qualified after the paper? This is no knock to anybody that has an MBA, but I'm just saying. Yeah.
What is the real reason why you want to get an MBA?
Yeah, because, I mean, I would rather you seek it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I ever wanted to go and get, like, further my education, which I do, I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the knowledge because
definitely.
At the end of the day, you know, there's people that's always asking when you go and try and get a job, they're asking for 5 years of experience. And how many people have 5 years of experience in a field that's an entry level?
Yeah.
You know? So it's just things like that. So, I mean, how do you build value without this piece of paper?
How do I build value? I think it's important of like what you feed. That's a great question because I really don't know. But you have to work on your craft, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think that's how you build value. Work on your craft.
And that's the thing, is just like, how much more time am I going to put into my craft than to put into somebody else's pocket, essentially? Because essentially we're all working for somebody else. And that's not bad, because there's people that are supposed to work. But when you have a passion for something, it's something different. Literally, like, you're doing the right things. You just have to keep doing it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't want you to waste your time. That's all.
I don't want to waste my time either. Yeah. And the NBA might not be it right now, and I believe God is telling me this is not the right time for the NBA.
Yeah.
Not now. I don't want you to do that. I want you to do this.
Yeah.
But I got my mom in my ear, but she cool.
Oh yeah.
She cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, Nigerian parents,
of course,
it's never a thing. But I mean, that's good. So, amongst trying to figure out things about yourself, how do you figure out yourself? Because you've come a long way. Yeah. So what?
What does that mean?
Nah, I'm just saying. You've come a long way, which is it's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
I mean, I always want to see growth in people.
Definitely, for
and
sure.
it's not that you were lacking. It's just that you're more.
I'm growing.
More in abundance. That's what we like to say.
And that's great. Yeah. Thank you.
But what are you doing right now, as far as like growing? Like how have you been able to learn about yourself, and how have you been able to grow?
I think having more of a deeper relationship with God has helped me a lot. Listening to myself. Yeah. And what I feed, and like what I feed my mind. I think those three things are really, really important.
What do you so this is my thing here. When it comes to just God in general, describe that. Like, you say have a relationship with God. Yeah. How do you have a relationship with God? Or how have you had a relationship with God?
I would say the first thing is just time. Putting more time into knowing him. Yeah. I feel like if I like a guy, right, I'm gonna stalk him a little bit, go on his Instagram, go on his Facebook, talk to him. Yeah. Day and night, just to get to know him, to see if I like him some more. Yeah. To see if I have interest. I think it's the exact same thing with God. Yeah. You have to get to know him. If it's reading the word, if it's praying, if it's just conversation with him. Yeah. I think that's how you get to know him. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know. I have a struggle, not as far as like talking or anything, but just a struggle as far as like, I don't want to put out things that I don't believe. It's not that I don't believe in, but I just find it hard to believe. And that's like, you know, when you try to make sense of something, especially with all the actions going on in the world, it's just like, I don't understand. And that's where I am right now. It's like, I don't understand certain things, like especially when we go to church, and just the certain things that we do. It's just like, why are we doing this? You know.
So is it more of the word you don't understand, or the actions that we do at some certain churches?
Both.
Okay.
I understand the point of religion. Like, religion is there to grasp the concept of who God is. Like, literally, the Bible is just telling us about stories. If we want to get really, really technical, all right, what color is Jesus Christ?
But does that matter?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But that's the thing. It's just like, who are the Israelites? We say that they're the Jewish people, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's just like, everything that's going on right now in the world, it seems like everybody hates Black people. But Black people have been very instrumental in this world. No doubt about that. We've come with the culture. We've come with inventions. We're some of the smartest people. Yeah. Well, our hair is the only hair that grows against gravity. You know, that's the thing. Our skin is so radiant when the sun.
Sexy.
Exactly. So it's just like, are we God's chosen people? But that's the thing. It's just like,
Wait, are we black people God's chosen people?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think it's just only black.
But that's the thing though. It's like that's my thing. Like when it comes down to okay, now it's like geological, uh, just trying to get the facts right. Because the one thing that I don't want to do at the end is do the wrong thing. And the one thing that I believe in is to question everything. Like I will listen, but I will question it. And I feel like if you don't question things, then how are you supposed to believe them? Because the one thing that changed my life was my friend asked me, why did I go to church? And I couldn't answer him. Just couldn't. And that's when I started to like question, like, okay, why do you go to church? Oh, maybe it's because my parents forced me to go all the time.
So my question is, do you have an answer now?
No.
You don't have an answer now? Okay.
I don't have an answer because of the action.
No, but it's between you and church, not anybody else. So why do you go to church on Sunday?
Well, I am the youth leader now.
Which is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, like I am so appreciative, but I feel like I have a responsibility.
Okay.
And I feel like if I do this and help the kids out that I know need help, because I know I needed help back then I feel like I would feel a little bit more better.
But what about you? What about your spirituality?
That's the thing, I don't know. I really don't know. And that once again, like it's something that I struggle with.
And I think you know that what's hindering you from getting to that level of that closeness is the questions that you keep having. It's the questions of you not being able to digest some things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how deep those things are.
That's the thing. It's just, it gets deep. Like I feel,
and
like,
I know you know that some things are not meant for you to understand.
True.
Okay. Some things are not meant for us. God did not create us to be the smartest.
That's the thing.
To understand His ways.
Yeah. I mean, this is one thing. I don't know if I talked to you about it, but there's one thing that I prayed about, and when you ask God for something and He gives it to you and you're not ready for it, you don't know what to do. So one thing I asked for was, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. If there's anything I want, it's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So be it. I think it's safe to say I got it. But I don't think that I was ready for what I asked for. Because to me, I felt like it was overwhelming. And when you start going through things and you start questioning them, because you know how, let's say, like, your car got on the flat and somebody came out and know, hey, let me help you out. It's just things like that. Things like that kept happening to me. And so it's like, okay, you're gaining all this wisdom, you're gaining all this knowledge, you're gaining all this understanding. So what else is there? Like, does anybody else know what I know? And this is like, it's no boast or anything, but it's just like, I feel like God gave me something that is too much for me to handle as far as like knowing about the existence, about the world, and just about my character, like, and who I am. Like, I feel like this is who I'm supposed to be. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I feel
I get you.
Yeah, I feel like this is who I'm supposed to be, but I feel like I got something that I wasn't supposed to get until like later on in life.
Why do you think that?
Just as far as like, because I ask questions,
Yeah.
And I feel like some questions I shouldn't be asking, but it's still there, and I still need them to be answered. But I feel like I've got to that point where, okay, you can't answer my question, you can't answer my question, you can't answer my question. So what am I going to do now? Who am I going to talk to? Because God will talk to you, and God will talk through you, and God will talk to you through other people. And it's to that point where it's just like, okay, nobody's talking. I try to ask people certain things and they can't answer my questions. So what am I doing here?
Okay.
So that's my dilemma. My questions aren't being answered. And not to doubt anything, but to make sense of things for me. Because I feel like the way I comprehend things is, I don't want to say different, but
I get you.
everybody understands things differently. It's just how am I going to comprehend it myself? So I need somebody that's a lot much smarter than me. And I just haven't come across that person. I think that's fair to say. But I don't know. I may be overdoing it.
No, I don't think you're overdoing it. I just think you need to just find that person that will give you the answer. And I feel like, I think a part of it is maybe they are giving you answers, but your mind is not being able to receive it, like take it in.
Yeah.
Maybe that is it. Maybe no one that you have literally came across no one that can give you the answer that you need.
Yeah.
And I have some friends, I have some mentors where I feel like I go to them all the time and they give me the answer. They give me even more than what I ever asked. And I'm always in that environment of a small group that feed me knowledge and understanding.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing too, because it's just like whenever I try to seek an answer or just knowledge or whatever, I prefer it to be objective and not how you feel currently.
You want facts.
Because I mean, if I had facts, then it would be a lot much easier for me. And I just never get that. So that's literally my dilemma. Say, man, if you really like the show, and I assume that you like it because you're still listening to the show, but if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, please, write us a review. It helps people find the show, for one, and it also gives people an idea of what's going on in the show without actually listening. So, it attracts other people. And I'm just asking, if you don't want to, it's cool. If you do, God bless you. Now back to the show.
So my question is, well, don't tell me, don't give me names, but who have you been asking? Have you tried asking different people? When was the last time you asked a question?
Well, I talked to Brother Anthony the other day. Like, that's been my mentor for a long time, but it's just like, all right, I get it, but let's try not to incorporate religion, and let's talk about who God is for who God is.
Yeah, of course.
But other than that, no.
Maybe you should find, I'm not saying don't talk to Brother Anthony ever again, but get a different perspective.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's important.
That's literally why I ask questions just in general from everybody, because literally, like, if I don't ask questions, then I won't understand. It's literally why we ask people, why do you want to work out? Oh, I just want to lose weight. Well, why do you want to lose weight? Oh, I want to look good. Well, why do you want to look good? It's just things like that. And the deeper I get, the more I feel like somebody can answer. So I don't know, there's that. But I mean, amongst other things, like trying to let go of certain things, like just sorrows and being upset. Like literally being in your head sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. And I hate it. But I can't help it. But I don't know. I feel like I didn't make any sense.
No, you make perfect sense.
No, but yeah, religion is cool.
Religion is not all that.
Yeah, it's not.
Religion.
It's not. So me and Shade, we go to this church. It's Cherubim and Seraphim.
Yes.
Look it up.
Yes.
It's a white garment church based in Nigeria.
Yes.
That has branched out into
multiple
countries, multiple countries, and it's a lot of politics when it comes to church.
Very much so.
And that's one thing that I don't like, because literally when I ask, and once again asking questions is about, hey, why are we doing this? Oh, you can't answer? Oh, okay. I guess I'm just gonna keep doing it because you keep giving me the silly answer. But I don't know. It's just things like that bother me the most when it comes to that. But I don't know what to do because, like I said, I'm stuck in it. I don't want to say I'm stuck. I'm in this situation where, all right, I'm here.
We have a responsibility.
Yeah, you have a responsibility, and I don't want to let nobody down. Like, I don't want nobody to see that I don't care, even though everybody knows I don't care.
Oh my God, Josh, you're hilarious.
But I don't know. I don't know how to move on from that. That's what I'm saying. Just a level of uncertainty. But I'm trying. I really am.
God is your strength.
Yeah. So what are you doing as far as that? How have you grown as far as spiritual? What has been your journey, and Have you reached it?
No, I don't think I'm ever gonna reach it. But
I mean, it's good. I mean,
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of life. It's a journey. It never ends. Growth as in church. I was really, really, really heartbroken about our split from our church.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it at all, but I believe everything happens for a reason, and I felt like if not for that, I wouldn't have found Hope City. That's the church I go to now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very active in that church, and I love the church. I love the word. But I do feel like at that early stage when I found Hope City, I was on this high, like, okay, this is different, this is better. Oh my God, this is amazing. And at some point, it kind of went downhill, and I kind of realized that it's not the church. The church is supposed to encourage you, and it did just that. But you also have homework to do when you get home. You have homework to do when you go to work and you're working, and you need to have a personal relationship with God. So that is when I started to like really dig in, really pray, really read the Bible when I was by myself, when no one was telling me what to do, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, and all that stuff. So I believe that was when I realized that, yo, it's you. You have to literally fight that battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people around you are supposed to encourage you, help you, but it's you. You gotta figure it out.
I mean, we say that, but
Mm-hmm.
what was that thing that was just like, okay, I have to do it?
What do you mean?
Just as far as like you had the decision to be mindless and go one way or go the other way or continue listening to people, but you made that step. So what was that? What was that was telling you, okay, I gotta make this push. I gotta do this by myself. Because I feel like that's where people mess up. And it doesn't have to be in religion or going to church or anything, but it's just like, all right, this happened. What do I do next? Or how do I push myself to go further than where I am?
Yeah. I think I'm low-key stubborn.
You are.
I'm not that stubborn.
Okay.
But I just felt like the way my church split was just so wrong that I could not just follow just because everyone is doing it, you do it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. I don't go like that at all. So that just turned me off. And that's it. That's the only reason why I went up, or I just couldn't. And I miss the old church. I go there once in a while and I just say hi. I go to the service, and but I always try to keep a common ground and please everybody. But then again, at times I just do things for myself, which is Hope City. So
when did you start doing things for yourself?
In regards to church,
just in general.
When I would say when I moved out of my house, my parents' place, but I think before that I've always done things. Even when my mom was like, no, go to nursing school, do pharmacist. I was like, no, I want to do accounting. Yeah. I think there were little bits of times in the past when I was young, like 17, 18, 19. Yeah. I've done little things just to do them. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it gets better with time, with age, I guess. The more I get older, the more I start to do more and more things for myself. So.
What are you going to be your birthday?
You know what? I don't want to do nothing.
At all?
Nothing. But then again, my sister was like, New Orleans, beignets. I'm like, I didn't have beignets last time I went to New Orleans. Because of some people. So I don't want to do anything for my birthday.
No, we have to talk about it. It's so fun. I want to talk about it because I want to get your perspective.
Okay.
It got so fucked up that we don't know what happened at the end.
What happened? Is this gist? I guess. I'm excited about gist. I like gist. Go ahead.
All right, so when was this? 2015? Mm-hmm. So 2015, we go to New Orleans for Sade's birthday. Sade is turning how old?
Jesus. Do I have to say?
All right,
I think I was mad young, though. 24. I was like...
25? 26. Okay, 26.
Jeez. No, It was 25, 24, 25.
Okay, all right.
Don't add no extra age.
Okay, 24, 25. And we're going.
22.
It's I think I was 23, 22, 23. But yeah, we're going to New Orleans. It's like 8 of us. And,
I think it's 10. Was it not 10?
Your friend decided to pull out at the last minute.
Oh, I love you, Bissy.
No, the other friend, but don't worry
about it. Which other one is that?
Don't worry about it. But they decided to pull out, so it was literally 8 of us, and we're driving. We're having a good time.
Yeah, I was sleeping in the back.
As soon as we get to the house, There's two people fighting already.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
It was Bims and Dummy.
Oh.
I mean, it was a small
It was
little.
like a little really?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
It was a beef from the past
Okay.
that they had to figure out.
Uh-huh.
So there was that. They figured it out, and literally I think the time was like, I don't know what time it was. It was like 5 o'clock or something. We went out, got something to eat, came back,
Got some wings.
yeah, and then we got drunk,
Yeah.
and it was like 8 o'clock.
I didn't get drunk. I don't get drunk. Go ahead.
So we're all drunk and we're making it out. We're going to Bourbon Street, right? And we went to these different places. We got lost.
Ashewo
We met
places.
up.
Ashewo places.
And literally, I think it was maybe 11 o'clock. We were all drunk and we couldn't do anything. So we had to make our way back to the Airbnb. And I think two people threw up.
Really?
Yeah, one person got lost. And
I don't remember that.
that was just one night.
Oh yeah, one person did get lost. Was it Milas and
I don't know. I don't
Ricky
know.
and I don't know, but
yeah, they all got lost, and finally we made our way back in 2 Ubers back to the Airbnb.
mm-hmm.
So everybody was drunk, and we all went to sleep. The next day, you went to some
art show.
We went to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
We went to go buy some shoes.
I got some, and I was a bit bitter about that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
And you got mad.
I didn't get mad. I don't know what happened,
No,
but I was arguing with someone.
You argue with me. I remember. You argue with me, and I'm just like, look, I'm not the one with the discount code.
Tolu. I love you, Tolu.
But we did that, and next thing you know, I think somebody got into another fight. It was Margaret got into a fight with
Dami.
Exactly. And then we went out to the club, and everybody was already pissed, and Margaret got into a fight with a midget.
Do you remember that?
And I was scared.
Margaret did not get in a fight. She's not getting a fight. I think it was just a little argument.
Yeah, she was about to beat him up, and I was trying to hold Margaret back, and I was sliding back, and that's when I was scared of Margaret.
Love you, Margaret.
But I was scared because I realized that Margaret was stronger than me. So that happened, and by that time, everybody's pissed. All right, next day we go out to eat.
I was great. I had a great time.
Next day, everybody's pissed because we're waiting an hour and a half to go eat some $40 lamb
that didn't have seasoning in it.
Yeah, that didn't have
horrible.
Seasoning. And
just a tip: if you go to New Orleans, don't get excited about just being in French Quarter. You got to go to the hole in the wall places, the mom and pop shops. They have flavor, but the French Quarter, they don't put seasoning in their food because it's the tourist section, So just a tip, don't ever just do all in French Quarter.
Yeah. But there was that, and then next thing you know, we leave. But overall, I'm never going on a trip with you guys again.
Me too. I said that to myself. But it was a good time. We got to know each other.
Yeah, we got to know each other to the point where it's just like, you know what? I've grown up with you guys, but I don't want to ever go on a trip with y'all ever. It's okay though. It was cool.
Yeah.
No, but it's definitely an experience. I just don't want to experience that no more. I just don't like going. I like going on trips, but I don't like going on trips as far as like there's gonna be fighting. And then you don't know who's gonna get pissed off or whatever.
Yeah.
Like literally, Margaret could have like fought everybody, and we all would have been out. And that's the thing too. It's only 2 guys, and I don't
6 girls,
yeah,
6 beautiful, sexy, amazing girls.
Right. I didn't wanna have to fight nobody.
I'm pretty sure you had a good time too.
Stop, please.
Don't let us go there, but I'm pretty sure you had a good time. Yeah, drink that water.
Anyways,
yeah.
But besides that, had a good time, and you said you're not going to do anything this year.
I don't want to.
That's fair.
Just quiet time.
That's fair. You should treat yourself to like a massage or something.
I did that already.
You should treat yourself to 2 massages then.
Yeah, maybe a facial.
There you go. Yeah. And a facial. That's good. That's good. No, but besides that,
back to God, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure if we finished with the whole church thing.
Yeah, so how did we get on this?
You asked what am I doing for my birthday, and I said New Orleans, and then we kind of...
All right, so what about God? Is it that, how can I put this into a question? What was your breaking point?
I don't think I've had a breaking point. I don't think I've faced that yet.
So, what is this strong dedication then? Like, because my whole thing is that we're serving God, but how do we serve God the right way? And that's the thing, is just like, I don't want to.
There is no right way.
Yeah. But what is the way that God can listen to you? Because literally, there's people that's been praying. And this is the reason why people get out of, like,
Church.
believing it. I mean, not even church, just stop believing in God, is because they're told to do something one way. And they never get it down packed to the point where it's just like, all right, I see results. Or not results. I don't like saying that. But I see something happening. And nothing happens after that. You know? Somebody's telling you to do it this way. Somebody's telling you to pray this way. Somebody's always trying to...
And that is religion.
Yeah. Somebody's always trying to tell you about praying against the enemy or whatever. And, you know, that's one thing I don't like about churches. I guess you could say churches. Is that they're always praying about the enemy. You know? That they don't want the enemy to do this. They don't want the enemy to do that. Right? And it bothers me because it's to the point where it's just like, first of all, I don't even know if I have enemies. I don't. Nor do I care to find out if I do. Because, literally, what's the point? Why am I giving energy to something that really probably doesn't even exist? And people will say, oh, I'm getting sick. Is it... or they'll say, the enemy is really trying to get me, or whatever. Maybe you should take care of your body, you know? Like, it's never gonna be like that. Like, people, I don't want people to think that this is some mystical thing. Like, the way the world works, it's cause and effect. Literally. If you take care of yourself, you will be good. And just from that point of view, like, you know, they'll pray in church, be like, pray for no high blood pressure, take away the sickness. Well, if you are accountable for yourself, and this is not just about being sick, this is about your job, this is about the steps that you got to take in life. If you're accountable for all these actions, you will get what you want to get. The one thing that I do pray about is for God to show me how to do it. Because if God gave us all this power and dominion over everything, all you need is a guide.
Yeah.
So, I guess my question now is, like, for a beginner or for somebody that wants to try and, like, actually believe again, what would you say to that? Or how would you help them?
That's a great question. I think we humans, we're programming, if we do this, we're going to get this. If we do this, we're going to get this. But that's not how God works. God does not just do things just so we can, we do good deeds or we do work and then we get it. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
It says in the Bible, that's not how it is. He's already given us salvation, and that's more than enough. I believe, like, I have a lot of people I work with that don't believe in Christ, don't believe in God. And I think maybe sharing a testimony, having a relationship with them, praying with them sometimes, and asking for God to intercede in their life. Asking for God, like, to show himself in that person's life. Are you asking for someone that is a non-believer or someone that is a believer?
Both.
Yeah, okay. And I feel like this mindset of, if you do this, you're going to get that doesn't work in that sense. I think that confuses you even more, because now you're expecting something to happen, and you feel like, okay, if I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to get that. It doesn't work like that. Not by the deeds, not by the things you do. Yes, have a relationship with him, but I feel like once you have a relationship with him and you know him, you would understand his ways. And you were talking about earlier about, like, the devil and how people say the devil tried it. I do believe that there are things in this world that we don't see, and they're battles, like, with the not by just blood and flesh, it's by, like, something deeper than just physical, spiritual fight. And it doesn't have to be someone in red with horns.
Yeah.
It can be your mind. It can be someone that's whatever has been sent to you to distract you, to to put this bad thoughts or energy in your mind. That could be the devil, or that could be something that is not of God. Whatever that's not of God, that is neglecting you or making you feel weaker than And I think also one thing I also want to say this, that God did not create us to do things on our own. He created us to rely on Him.
Yeah.
Because in His Word, I think it's 1 Corinthians, I believe, or second, it talked about how our weakness is sufficient enough. That's what He wants. He wants us to rely on Him. Yeah. So when you were saying about the whole blood pressure thing, yes, definitely work out, eat healthy, do good, and hopefully by the grace of God you don't get it. Yeah. But God can still give you that blood pressure, or can still implement something bad in you, even though you still do all these things that you need to do. And it's not just God doing it. Yeah. I think
it's the way of the world.
It's the way of the exactly. So I do believe we need to rely on Christ to do anything and everything, and not just only rely on yourself and your knowledge. It doesn't work like that.
I mean, that's the thing too, because people. It's not people. I guess I can say myself too, because it's just like, all right. So I don't want to say I figured it out, but I can say that what's worked for me. And that's like, make sure that I'm doing well in everything that I'm doing. And then, all right, God, I need you to push me over the edge.
Yeah.
And that's literally, if you want to take that approach, yeah, that's cool. But there's people out there that just don't want to put in the time and the effort, which is also like, yeah, you need to try something at least. But even when it comes to reading the Bible, okay, why am I reading about in the Old Testament, Deuteronomy 3:14, and they're talking about cutting off pigs and offerings and stuff like that. Like, one thing that I always tell people is take what applies to you and go. Because literally they'll try to use the Bible against you, but it's just like, you can't really do that now at all. I don't think so. Like, a lot of people, they'll talk about gay marriage, they'll talk about sex before marriage, and you can't really say that right now. Maybe I understand why people say it's wrong. I understand, but I don't feel like you can hold that against anybody anymore. But they still are, as far as like, like with abortion and stuff like that, killing somebody before they're born, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's cool, but I don't know. It's a real struggle over here. Not, well, here, but like just in general.
Yeah.
And that's the thing now. It's just like, how do you defend that case as far as like, look, we're not all like that, And I feel like that turns people off as far as like just believing in God, because Christians are probably the most hated in the world. I don't know. They probably are. Honestly, I know it sounds bad, but I would hate Christians if I didn't believe in God, because they're so annoying.
What do you mean by annoying?
Why is everything that I do bad and everything that you do good?
But those are some people that see that.
Yeah.
Not all Christians.
I mean, but that's the thing.
Because even those people that think they're doing good, they do bad.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, it's like, but it's those Christians that approach you, You get your balance, but it's just like you would like to see everybody living life accordingly.
But not everyone will. You don't live life accordingly. I don't live life accordingly. We would like to.
Oh no, my life it's like a movie right now. I'm just like,
no, but I don't want you to get this idea that most of the Christians are bad. Okay, if so, they're bad.
No, honestly, personally, I don't care. I really don't care about anybody but myself now. I mean, plus other people. But I don't care about that. I'm just saying from the aspect of somebody who is looking for a way. Because literally the way is through God. There's no other way. A lot of people may think that, but no, literally it's through God. And I'm a non-believer and I'm trying to figure it out. But you got somebody here telling me, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, and you're going to be good. As to somebody over here saying, hey, it's all right. We all have our issues that we're facing. So
what about how you feel?
Oh, like personally?
Yeah, personally.
Oh, no,
What
yeah.
are you? Because you're getting odds from left and right, but what do you feel? And the only way you can feel that is by you having a personal relationship with Christ.
I mean, yeah, of course.
That's where you get your answers from, the true answers.
That's the thing. It's that level of discernment that is most important at that point. And I feel like, personally, I can be stubborn.
Yeah, definitely.
Why are you agreeing?
Because you're great to me being stubborn. But yeah, you are stubborn.
I can be stubborn, but that's the thing. It's just like everybody looks, when it comes to God, it's just like, oh, God is going to come down and he's going to talk so majestic and you're going to hear that voice. No, God comes in the voice that you understand, which is yourself, right? Like, you're going to hear through somebody else talking, or you're going to hear in your head, go left or go right. Because literally, that's how it is. Like, I started taking another way to work. And like, I'm starting to question why I started taking that way to work. A part of me says like, oh, it's quicker, but it's not. So it's like, why am I driving through here? Like, what am I looking for? You know? But it's like things like that. Like, all right, God, I see what you're doing. You're trying to do something here. What is it? And then there's silence, you know? So that's the thing. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people in that same situation as far as like, okay, I did everything that you told me to do. What do I do now? And we can say that that's just due to like patience, but a lot of people don't have patience.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, what would you say to that? Like, just being patient. It's not really easy to tell somebody to be patient.
No,
when you're
it's
right
not.
there.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like I am in my life right now. It's like I'm at the door and I'm knocking. I'm like, hey, let me in. That's where I am. I'm outside the door. And like sometimes I can smell something cooking under the door and I get a whiff. I'm just elaborating.
No, I get you.
Do you get it? Okay. But I was just like, they're not opening the door. So that's where I am in my life. But I don't know how to like find the key. Because one time I had a dream. That I actually was at a door, right? Funny. And I had all these keys and I couldn't open it, but like there was my friends, they were doing stuff and there was other people on the other side distracting me and I was just like, oh shit. But it makes sense now. Now that I always use the door as a symbol. But
yeah.
I don't know. That's where I am in my life. I just don't know how to open the door.
Put that dream in prayer. Even though it's been a while, put it in prayer.
What would be an everyday prayer for somebody that's trying to get closer to God?
It's very simple. There is no standard prayer for that. Just commune with God. God, I'm having a hard time finding time to seek you, to choose you, to dwell in your word. Heavenly Father, give me that time. Give me that time to choose you. Give me that strength to choose you. That's basically, it's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be, as long as it's honest and it's coming from the heart. And after you pray that prayer and you face a time where you feel like, okay, I can either watch TV or watch Power or spend that first 30 minutes to read a verse in the Bible or just to pray to God. When you are stuck between those two choices, you remember that prayer you prayed that morning. I do. And I'm like, okay, is it A or B, Shade? Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to go ahead and choose Power? Because I don't watch Power, by the way. But are you going to choose Power and because it's just convenient? Or are you going to actually work towards what you prayed for?
Yeah.
And choose B. So I feel like it begins with prayer. And it's as simple as just talking to God. Saying that, God, I need you to help me. I need you to help me. And when he hears that you need him to help you, he will help you. That's why he created us for.
Sure.
It's as simple as that. Just talk to him.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's what I struggle with. I don't know.
You have to find time.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
But it's so hard at the same time.
It is, because the way the world revolves and the way my schedule is, like I get up every morning at 4:00. I meditate.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. What do you meditate? Like,
I just because constantly I'm thinking about things It can be anything. I let those thoughts flow through my head so I don't think about it later on. And it could be something that's lingering or hindering me or something that happened yesterday, just to like get it through my head because I like to process things. And once they're processed, I know what to do. And that's just the way things have been for me. Because like I think it's safe to say that I'm happy right now in my life. I just want to be happier. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, it is.
But I want to be happier than what I am. And I know, like, there's always one thing that I always said to myself is that there's always bigger out there. So I always want to go bigger. And I feel like right now I'm stuck in, like, the loading zone. And I'm, like,
trying to get there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. And, like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Life is hard.
Life is hard.
Yeah.
But we are blessed.
Yeah.
And we have the tools.
Yeah. The thing about it is now is like, okay, it's not that I've read the Bible and like I know everything, but I've read the Bible and it's just like how many times I don't want to take something and try to make a message of it because I just don't think that's it. It's just a story to me. Like there's some things that I'll learn, but when it comes to reading the Bible, it's just like, okay, I get it. I just don't want to take it out of context, which I feel like when you hear preachers preach, they'll take a whole one verse and make a whole sermon out of it.
Which I think is very amazing, actually.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's just that I don't know, fam. You kind of taking this out of context of what the verse is, and that's what I mean is that it doesn't. There's a lot of things in the church that doesn't really help me out.
Okay.
Questioning why am I going to church then if it's not helping me out? Because I thought church was supposed to help, but I mean, I feel like that's for me to figure out what I'm going to do about that. Because I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm going to church to be motivated or anything, but literally, why am I going to church? But I don't know. That's my
Well, I know one thing for sure. Church is supposed to encourage you. And if you don't feel like you're getting that encouragement, then you need to find some other church to go to.
Yeah.
Or feel like you're getting fed.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like you're getting fed by the word, then
I don't know. I just don't want to get to that time where I'm in the judgment day and like I served God the wrong way, That's the one thing I don't want to do is like God down.
Yeah, serve God the way you want to serve God. Make sure that at least there's a relationship for you to serve God.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Me personally, myself, and you also.
Yeah.
We gotta just stay prayed up and continue communicating.
So in the next, we have 2 months left, right? What are you going to accomplish?
That's a great question. I really want to kind of get into this culinary school thing. So I gotta just make a call, pick up my phone, and call the number. I have the number. Call the number and get more information and see how I can start in the fall. I mean, in the spring.
So you're gonna do that by when?
I'm going to do that this year and get more information, see if I have enough money, financial aid, all that jazz, and hopefully start in the spring. That's the plan, and hopefully get more gigs and pay some bills, pay some legal bills and stuff like that. I'm trying to go public with this business, so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, get some more gigs and.
Well, you should definitely write it down and put it away. Like I have 5 notebooks, and literally I've been writing stuff down since 2013, and literally I'll go back to it. I'm just like, well, what was I going through then? It's nice to see what you were going through because once you accomplish something and you go back to it, you're just like, wow.
You appreciate it more.
Yeah, you appreciate it more. And like I always felt like, because I don't ever really finish these notebooks out, I just write them and then I'll get a new notebook because I feel like me getting a new notebook is another part of my life. Because I'm in a different stage in my life, if that makes sense. But, write it down.
Definitely.
I mean, are you going to, or are you just saying?
No, I will. I will. I will.
Mm.
I definitely will. I'll do it tonight before I go to bed.
That's all I can ask for. But gonna wrap up the show.
Cool beans.
I always like to end with a word of wisdom. So, do you have anything to share?
I think I said it earlier about the mind, like exactly what you feed your mind, to always ask God to give you the strength to move forward in faith and not to stand still in fear, and to be aware that that could be a weapon that can slow you down, but it can also be something that can make you move forward at the same time.
Fair. I like that. But anyways, please check out the website, moreaboutsomethingelse.com. My name is Joshua, and I'm out.